Yes, just on my phone.
But I've had the haircut.
Yeah, definitely Father Christmas this December.
All right, everyone. I'm going to mute
Larkin.
everyone so we can begin.
Okay.
Right.
And here we go.
Tom, you need to unmute yourself.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, Rotary family and guests. My name is Tom Gump, and I'm the club advisor to the Rotary Club to End Human Trafficking. I am so honored to be here with each and every one of you as we celebrate the chartering of this first ever Rotary Club to End Human Trafficking. I want to thank all of you who are attending this virtual chartering and installation here today. I want to actually thank Mark Maloney and Director Susie Howe for helping officiate this event. I also want to thank Charter President Karen Walkowski for all the work she has done to champion this effort over the past few years, and especially the past few months as we start this club. Most of all, I want to thank all the charter members of this great new club and welcome them into our Rotary family. There are so many great things about Rotary, but the best thing is the relationships and the friendships that you'll develop as you go about your work trying to work on your cause to end human trafficking. So the focus of our program today is on you. So let's get started. Before we get started, we actually want to review the agenda. And we're going to start with me introducing President Mark, and then Mark's going to make a brief comment or two, and then he's going to officially charter the club. Then Director Susie Howe will install our charter members and commission our charter officers. Then for the highlight of the day, we're going to meet our new members. Lastly, Charter Club President Karen Walkowski will talk to us about the mission and purpose of this club and where we're going to take the club in the future. Now it is truly an honor to introduce President Mark. Mark is a practicing attorney and a member of Blackburn, Maloney, and Schubert LLC, a law firm in Decatur, Alabama, where he practices taxation, estate planning, and agricultural law. He has worked very hard for Rotary since he began in 1980 and received numerous awards for all his efforts. He is the past president of the Rotary Club of Decatur. He quickly moved up the ranks to serve as district governor and was eventually elected to serve on Rotary International's board of directors. Mark and his wife Gay are very generous donors to the Rotary Foundation. Now with Mark and Gay both being attorneys, I thought for sure his theme for the year would be, quote, Rotary, it's relevant, end quote. But luckily for all of us, he picked a much better theme, Rotary connects the world. And it truly does. Mark and Gay have 3 daughters and 2 grandchildren. So Mark, it is really a pleasure to welcome you here today, and thank you and Director Susie for motivating us to start new and innovative clubs. Please take it away.
Now, I'll unmute myself and say that again. Thank you very much, Tom. It's great to be with you and with President Karen and Director-elect Susie Howe, all of the members of the Rotary Club of District 5950 Ending Human Trafficking here this morning in the Central Time Zone. I am so pleased to be a part of this event. One of my emphases for this year has been to grow Rotary. And one of the key messages that I have tried to bring forward to Rotarians is that the only way we will grow Rotary and the way that we will have a greater impact on the world is to form new, different, innovative clubs. Many times people think of Rotary and they think of the traditional club where people gather around a meal, listen to a speaker, and occasionally engage in some Rotary service. We are seeing that we need to expand our options to provide individuals in our communities, leaders in our communities, with the opportunity to participate in Rotary service in new and different ways. And this new Rotary Club of Ending Human Trafficking is a perfect example of that. This is what we would call in Rotary a cause-based club. It is a club focused on a specific cause to help humankind. And I'm so proud to be a part of this and to see this happening during this year. Before I officially charter the club, I'd like to make a small plug for Rotary's virtual convention that will happen this weekend. If you have not yet done so, immediately after the end of this event, not now, but immediately after the end of this event, please go to riconvention.org and register for our virtual convention. Here in the Central Time Zone of the United States, the general sessions will occur at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning and Sunday morning this weekend. I particularly call your attention to Saturday morning's session. There will be a brand new Rotary video, frankly, that was just completed yesterday. An animated video regarding the need to form new and different Rotary clubs. And that video is called Anytown. And this club, this brand new club, fulfills the objective that we are trying to achieve and what we're discussing in the Anytown video. And I think you'll be impressed with the video. The animation is incredible. And I think you will recognize yourselves in the message of this video. So please join us with Rotarians around the world and non-Rotarians. You do not have to be a Rotarian to register and participate and attend the virtual convention. I'm hoping for this to be the largest convention in Rotary's history. So it is now my pleasure to present virtually to Charter President Karen Walkowski the charter for the new Rotary Club of District 5950, Ending Human Trafficking, Minnesota, USA. And Tom says I'm supposed to read the certificate, but the type is too small for me to read every last word. But we are delighted to welcome into the membership of Rotary International this new Rotary Club of Ending Human Trafficking. And it is a pleasure to welcome you to the family of Rotary. And I'm very proud to be one of the signatories on this charter. And I believe it looks like you were chartered, is it the 7th day of May? So that will be your birthday going forward. It's my pleasure to be here. I congratulate all of those who have worked to make this possible. Tom, I do apologize. We are 2 days before the virtual convention, plus I have a board meeting next week, and I am not going to be able to stay on this call for the full duration. I will be leaving in a few minutes, and I just want to give my apologies, but it is my pleasure to be here this morning to participate in this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
So now we will have Director Susie Howe, who is the director for Region 36, Zones 25A, 25B, and 29. And she is going to install our members.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you all. Thank you, Mark Maloney. Wonderful chartering. Good morning, friends. Charter members, you have been selected to become members of District 5950 Rotary Club to End Human Trafficking. You have been invited to become a Rotarian because you exhibit the qualities that make you a leader in the community, and because you have shown qualities of head and heart that are the foundation of Rotary clubs around the world. The basic ideal of Rotary is service above self, and we use this as our motto. Membership in Rotary is an honor and a privilege with corresponding duties and obligations, including in service in Rotary clubs and in belonging to one of the 5 avenues of service. You could be in club service, community service, vocational service, international service, or youth service. You will be expected to attend the club meetings regularly, and when absent, to make up by participation in Rotary service opportunities or at other clubs, even when traveling. Because you represent a classification, it is your duty to tell us about your vocation and to bring the ideals of Rotary to your business or profession. The community will know and judge Rotary by your actions. Therefore, membership in our organization must be limited to those who possess the qualities that will further the goals and ideals of Rotary, especially the 4-way test. You have been chosen for membership because we are confident that the image and ideals of Rotary are safe in your keeping. You will eventually be presented with a pin, which is a symbol of our acceptance into our family, our Rotary family. Please wear it proudly and wear it daily to help promote Rotary. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you as a member of the Passport Club, the End Human Trafficking Club of Minnesota. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. It's exciting. It's I'm actually have the chills, and as this is real, it's been such a hard effort for so long that it's kind of hard to believe that it's really here. We'd like to introduce. We will be introducing our officers. Part of the formation of this club is identifying officers, and I am so excited to see and to introduce the folks who will be joining me on the board of this new club. An amazing group of people. Many of them, some of them I have worked with in the past. Few of them I have not, but have met them and heard about their strengths and their passion through this whole effort. So to begin with, my name is Karen Walkowski. I will give you a little bit a background later on when I give my comments, but I am from the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, and actually I live in Eden Prairie, but I belong to the Lake Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary Club, or the Excelsior Morning Club, as we like to call ourselves. I have been the chair of an initiative to end human trafficking in Minnesota for the last 3 years, and we'll tell you more about that in a while. And through my journey through this effort in Minnesota, I have truly understood 2 things. One of them, the darkness of this issue, but also the power of Rotary, as we've seen in being able to eradicate polio, to see our influence in water and sanitation initiatives around the world. So I know that if any group is going to be able to truly end human trafficking, it's going to be Rotary, certainly with the power and the partnerships of many other organizations around the world. But I think we are in the unique position, and I'm so excited and honored to be part of that. So I'm going to ask the rest of my board to introduce themselves as you see yourself on coming up. And I did see a chat from Brenda Pearson, who's going to be one of our board members. If somebody could unmute her, she would be great. Thank you. So Michelle, would you like to go next?
Sure thing. Hello, everybody, and good morning. I'm Michelle Seitz. I'm currently the president of the Excelsior Noon Club for another 2 weeks. We just had our last Zoom meeting this week, so good timing to start the new club now. I'm very excited to work with the team that Karen has put together. I am passionate about the cause, and I'm passionate about Rotary. And I think the connection of working on this cause with the Rotary Network is important to solving this problem. I hope that many of you who are on this call stay connected to us. I did see a comment, and I'm sorry I missed your name. There was one woman who is the daughter of a person who is a survivor of human trafficking. I know that there are a lot of personal stories out there. I would be interested in hearing them. Everyone's voice is important in this, and especially those of you who are so intimately connected. So thank you for joining us. I am currently in Minneapolis, and I'm moving back to Texas. I've been in Minneapolis for about 20 years, but I grew up in Austin. So I got to bring out my y'all and my slang again. So I got to bring that out. But I am planning on including oofta and you betcha because I can't lose those. So thank you very much.
Does that mean that you're multilingual, Michelle?
I am multilingual.
There you
Yeah.
go. Got Minnesotan and Texan.
And Texan. Yeah.
Right. Stacy, are you on?
Yes, I am. I'm Stacy Schaefer. I am a member of the Far West Rotary Club in Bismarck, North Dakota, District 5580. I have been serving as the committee chair for our human trafficking committee in that district. I have always, well, not always, but since 2006, I've been involved in the anti-human trafficking movement. So it's super exciting to see a club like this being put together, and also just seeing the power of Rotary, what we can do as a service club on not just our local level, but also on an international level. So it's exciting to see so many people participating in this call this morning.
Thanks, Stacy. Grant, are you there?
Yep. So the main reason for me joining the club is when Karen is someone that is a leadership that instead of just talking, her actions speak louder than words. And everything that I've seen Karen do has just been unbelievable. So the inspirational leadership that Karen provides, I know that this club will do great things. The power of Rotary, I know together all of the Rotarians across the world can fight this evil, and we can make a big difference.
Great. Thanks, Grant. So I forgot to say, Stacy is our treasurer, is a secretary, and per our bylaws, will be in line to become president after Michelle. And Grant has graciously offered to take on the treasurer role. So setting up all of the bank accounts and all of our accounts is going to be part of his responsibility. So I thank both of you for your willingness to serve. All right, next we should have Brenda, I believe, and hopefully somebody was able to unmute her. Brenda, are you around? Oops. Larkin,
Can you hear me now?
There we go. I found you. There you go.
Hi, my name is Brenda Pearson, and I'm in.
Whoops, we got to mute it again. Whoops. Hold on a second, Brenda.
Perfect. Thank you. I am happy to be in this group. I joined Rotary a few years ago when I took over ownership as a bed and breakfast owner, and found that it got to be impossible to make a noon lunch, and didn't feel that our group was compelled to do much of anything besides meet for lunch. And when the human trafficking came to us, I got on board with our chairperson, and then I had to leave Rotary, but kept in touch with the emails and just put it out there that I would eventually find a Rotary group. I tried to start my own. The group here kind of put a kibosh to it. So I just kept asking and seeking, and luckily Karen reached out to me, and it was perfect. I wear many hats, but excited to start the new role in this position and learn and grow. So I thank you so much, Karen, for your leadership.
Thank you for your jumping in and willingness to be a membership chair. So, and your enthusiasm is already infectious. So I'm so excited that you're willing to serve in this role. And then last but not least, we have our foundation chair, Jerry Nelson. Are you able to unmute yourself?
Yes, unmute is one of my many skills. I have 4 of them actually. I live in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I grew up in Rotary in the Chiang Mai International Rotary Club, which taught me very well. It's been a marvelous club. Our focus has been on child safety, health, and education. My passion has always been to help children who are in trouble, abused, trafficked, and so forth. Started that journey as a CASA, court-appointed special advocate in California, and have been in this club for 6 years, and am really looking forward to seeing what this club is going to do. I know it's going to be exciting, and one of my other talents is to put on my seatbelt and watch the ride. So that's what I'll do. Thank you all.
Thanks, Jerry. Back to you, Tom.
Yes, so now we're going to start the all-important induction of our new members. So if each new member who is on can just say their name, where they're from, and one quick sentence as to why you're joining the club. But we want to keep it moving. So we'll start with Lucy.
Hello, so excited to see this club coming together, and excited to see our district president Farron Barr on here, as well as some others from the Kansas City area. As a survivor of commercial sexual exploitation, it is so exciting to see such a tremendous organization as Rotary to come to the table and say it's time to eradicate this and to provide services for the marginalized, as well as living wage jobs, right, in our communities. And I agree wholeheartedly with everything that's been said, that if anybody can do this, it is Rotary, because of the way that we are networked, not only in the US, but around the world. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what can be accomplished through this club. And Karen, just want to say congratulations to you. I remember when you were hosting your first conference in Minnesota. It was such an honor to be part of that. And I just want to see you go, go, go. So thank you so much for including me as part of this club.
I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Susan Burkholder. As you can read there in the notes with my picture, I serve as the Director of Community Engagement for a nonprofit here in the San Antonio, Texas area, which provides a healing community for sexually exploited minors and their families. My whole purpose in joining this club, and I'm brand new to Rotary. This is my first Rotary experience. A friend of mine named Kathy Hubbard has been trying to talk me into Rotary for a number of years, and this just pulled at my heartstrings. I truly believe that joining this club and joining Rotary at this time is going to help me to expand and increase my service in fighting against human trafficking by being a Rotarian and being in this particular club. Thank you so much for having me.
Sheila Donovan's not able to be here this morning, but she hails from Fredericksburg, Texas. And we're looking forward to talking to her at the first meeting.
Hey y'all, I'm Brandy Eldridge from Texas. Shout out to all my Texas people representing. My father grew up in Minnesota, so we still drink soda pop and Coke at my house. Just wanted to tell you guys that. I'm more than honored to be part of this. I want to thank my friend Janet, who encouraged me to do this. I'm an executive director of CASA, so thank you, Jerry Nelson, for your service as a CASA advocate. I'm also the executive director of our Children's Advocacy Center here. So we see child sex trafficking and the impact that it can have on a community and the impact it can have on a child. So service above self. I can't wait to be part of this group and change the world. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dennis Ferguson from Kerrville, Texas. It says Ingram, that's where I live, but I'm a part of the Noon Rotary Club in Kerrville. A lot of other fellow Texans out there, so hello to you all. I've joined this group because human trafficking, I think, is something that definitely needs to be stepped out. It's horrendous evil, and I believe Rotary can play a big part and role in helping to eradicate this disease. Thank you.
And I'm Tom Gump. I'm your club advisor from Edina, Minnesota, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you on this cause. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Guzman. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I've worked with the Y for about 23, 24 years. I've been volunteering with different organizations here in San Antonio for our fight against human trafficking, more on the sex trafficking realm. And I am just looking forward to serving with this organization because I know it reaches far beyond just San Antonio or Texas. So thank you.
Simon, I know that you're out there. I saw your email.
Yep, I am. Hello there. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. I'm from a small town called Thetford in Norfolk, where Thomas Paine was born. I'm also a Christian and a lifelong member of Amnesty International. And I've joined this group because I want to learn from my peers.
Terry, are you there? I know that I saw you earlier.
There, okay. Yes, I'm Terry McLean and from Nisswa, Minnesota, 5580. My husband's been involved in Rotary for many years, so I know the power of Rotary and the beautiful things they do all around the world, and I'm so excited to be with Rotary and trying to really attack this issue that has wrenched my heart for years. I've worked as an elementary teacher and now a nurse, and a lot of the local programs with children and women. So I'm so excited we can work internationally on this with a wonderful group. Thank you.
Kevin Miller, I don't know that I saw you, but are you on?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Here we go.
What an honor to see all you people, and joy to be a part of the beginning of this, what I hope to be a wonderful and dynamic organization. I just am grateful right now to be a part of it. Hope to bring all of my energy to bear on helping the success of this organization as we move forward into a more beautiful and kind future. Thank you.
Mariana?
Hello, everyone. My name is Mariana Munyendo from Nairobi, Kenya. I am happy to be part of this Rotary Club, especially since I've been really on the lookout for a family of like-minded people who are sharing their passion, resources, knowledge, and even encouragement and skill towards human trafficking, fighting human trafficking. I am the founder and director of Missing Child Kenya. It is a non-profit community-led initiative. We use technology and crowdsourcing to search and trace missing, displaced, and lost and found children. Our bigger dream is to be more like the Amber Alerts within Europe or America itself. Protecting children is something I'm passionate about. And also Africa, Kenya, my country, Africa, the continent, has been a source, transit, and destination of human trafficking, especially victims and survivors, especially children. And I think it's strongly about time we also became part of the conversation towards the solutions and the mitigations to help fight trafficking. And to me, I joined this club because of the shared interest, like I said, and protecting children is a shared responsibility across all boards of government, nonprofits, communities, individuals. And because of the technological advances, I strongly feel there's so much we can do together from our different places using technology as a backdrop to be able to counter human trafficking. Thank you.
Thanks, Mariana. Heidi?
Hi, everyone. My name's Heidi Nauman, and I'm also here in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. I've known Karen for so many years, just in different capacities, and have really gotten some great relationships here with different Rotary clubs within the Minnesota area who want to focus on prevention for creating safer, stronger kids. You know, we believe that prevention is really a missing piece in all of this, and teaching kids how to feel empowered and know what to do when something is going on with them. We have some great stories, great work going on in the schools here. And when Karen approached me to work with this in a bigger way, that's just been a dream of mine, to reach beyond Minnesota to other states and other countries, because we get a lot of people contacting us and how to bring this in. So if anyone can do it, Rotary and Rotary International can end human trafficking like they've done with so many things. The power of the leadership in this group, I get chills about it, and I'm so honored to be in this with all of you. Thank you.
Chris Peterson, I don't know that unfortunately, I didn't have any information about you, so I apologize if you're on, and if you'd like to say a few words if you're on. All right, then moving on to Meg Schnabel. Meg, are you on?
I am, and it's Meg Schnabel, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Karen, that's all right.
I've only known you for so long, so I apologize.
Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. I am the executive director of Cornerstone, whose mission is about ending domestic violence, sexual violence, and human trafficking. And I could not be more thrilled about this, and just even listening to the wealth of knowledge, wisdom, and expertise that are going to be engaged with each other is beyond belief exciting. So I am thrilled to be a part of this initiative. Thank you, Karen, for your really what you've done to bring this forward, and everyone else who is in support of this. Excited to move forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Meg. Andy, I know that you had to leave. I hope that you could stay on for the extra minute. Are you around?
I'm here, Karen. Thank
Oh,
you.
yes.
Hi, everybody. Andy Swanda from the Minneapolis area. Grateful for Karen's personal invite to join this team. I'm the Vice President of Development at a Christian nonprofit in the Twin Cities called Treehouse. And our desire is that every teen would know they're lovable, capable, worthwhile, loved without strings and not alone, and that they have a future. So we would be more on the prevention side. And I just love that this is about protecting our Earth's vulnerable population. I look forward to being a part of this. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Now you can go to your other really important meeting. Not quite as important as this one, but another important meeting. So, thanks, Andy. Janet?
Good morning. I'm Janet Swiczakowski with CEL Marketing PR Design. We are a creative firm and had the honor of creating the logo for this chartering group and initiative. We are joining as a corporate member because we believe it is abhorrent that slavery and servitude exist in our modern world. And with so many inequalities in a world, this is an actionable, immediate, powerful group that can move forward. Thank you, Karen, for your leadership.
Thank you, Janet. Do we have, I think we have a couple of others, Larkin. Thank you. Kana?
Aloha, everyone. My name is Kana Leavini. I am located currently in Lincoln, Nebraska in the United States. I'm a senior marketing analyst at Huddle, which is, as you can read, a world-leading sports industry technology. We're actually based in Lincoln, Nebraska. I am from here, but I did attend the University of Hawaii, which was absolutely amazing. And I'm extremely bummed that we were not able to go back to Honolulu this year. I think that kind of hurts a little bit more because I was really looking forward to going back. Another interesting tidbit, I would consider myself an honorary member of the Rotary Club 14, which is also located in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's one of the top 50 largest clubs in the world. And my mom, Milani Vini, is actually the current president for the 2019 and 2020 year. So we're coming up right up on the end of her term. And the reason why I joined this club was not only to make a big difference. I've obviously seen the power of Rotary growing up with the leadership that my mom has provided, but then also just being connected with other world leaders wherever we've traveled. And then I also have had a narrow call with human trafficking. I was almost abducted in Paris when I was about 12 years old. But fortunately, I was able to get away because I had self-defense training in Taekwondo. So this is something that kind of hits home to me. I know that I'm extremely lucky to be able to say that it was a narrow call and be able to protect myself from that. So I'm really excited to be able to join. And if there's any digital needs, I am an analyst, so I'm absolutely in love with spreadsheets and all things online. So I volunteer myself as tribute for that.
You might be sorry you offered that, Kana.
I am right now. My bosses have all told me that I have a bad habit of overextending my services because I love to help people, but I think if any group deserves that that bandwidth for myself, I think this one.
Thank you. Renee, are you on? I don't know, I guess not. So I think we have one last member. Dawn, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn Heath Fiedler. I'm actually the assistant governor for my Rotary district, 6270 in Wisconsin, but I just recently moved to Minnesota. I got married and my husband lives here, felt it was a really good idea to live with him. So here I am. I'm thinking my time as assistant governor ends at the end of this month. And at that point, it looks like I'm going to be transferring to the Monticello, Minnesota club. I have an organization called Join the Movement to Stop Human Trafficking, and we focus on education at the community level. So my specialty is social media's role in trafficking our youth, but we also do hospitality training. We do medical professional training. So I go all over. I travel all over the Midwest giving these presentations and workshops. We are also in the process of organizing an all-day summit. It's going to be July 9th. It'll start at 10 a.m. and end at 6 p.m. It's virtual, it's online, and it is free to anyone to attend. I've got the flyer done. Graphic arts is not my gift, so I'm sending it to someone to just spruce it up a little bit to make it look nicer, and then it'll be ready to, we'll be rolling out the marketing plan for the event. So I'm really grateful for this club and to be a part of it, and I look forward to working with as many of you as possible.
Thanks, Dawn, and welcome. Thank you all. So I wanted to spend, because we have so many people on this call, wanted to give you all a little bit of background as to where this club came from. As you've kind of gotten the sense that from my comments and others that we have been working on this. This is not something that Tom called me in February and said, let's start a club. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background. Before that, though, wanted to give you just a little bit of background about myself. And so I have a degree in political science and international relations, and I have a master's degree in healthcare administration from the University of Minnesota through their public health, School of Public Health. I've got 30 years in healthcare and social services, specializing really in developing and implementing new programs and services. So my background, Rotary is a great fit for me in between my scholastic or academic background and my experience in being able to stand up or to implement new things. It's exciting for me. I'm also a third-generation Rotarian. My grandfather was a club president of 2 different clubs in Edmonton, Canada, and in Vancouver, British Columbia. And he served as the district governor for British Columbia, Alaska, and Yukon before those were split up. I've been in my current club for about 8 years, so I've been a Rotarian, and my father was the sponsor. He was the one that actually invited me to his club about 8 years ago. And I served as the president for for my club. So the story begins when as I think was referenced, my story begins about 3 years ago. So Larkin, you can go to the next page. Thank you. In 2017, as I was at PETS training in anticipation of becoming president for my own club, we had a brainstorming session, and my district governor, Bob Halligan at the time, asked for ideas of how we as Rotary could increase our impact in our own area. And through brainstorming there and a couple of other follow-up conversations, we decided to, it was decided to launch an initiative to end human trafficking in Minnesota. Thanks to the leadership of my own district, 5950, but also joining the 2 other districts that cover the state of Minnesota. In the last 3 years, we have become a tri-district initiative that covers about 160 clubs and approximately 5,000 Rotarians. The initiative currently covers Minnesota, North Dakota, Western Wisconsin, and even a little bit into Ontario. The important thing with this initiative, which as we expand this is also going to be critical, is that we can't do, while we have the power of Rotary, we can't do this alone. So we realized very early on the importance of establishing key, relationships with key stakeholders in Minnesota for the Minnesota event. So we partnered with our Minnesota Department of Health, their Safe Harbor program, which is in the United States. Many of you know that I think there's up to about 30 states now have safe harbor laws that really decriminalize what formerly known as prostitutes and make them victims. And so we've worked with our state program in that. We've also started working with our tribal communities as or First Nations if you're in Canada, because we understand and really have learned the importance of or the problem with that community. So we've partnered with our Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition, and as Meg can attest to, we've also created partnerships with many of our key nonprofit leaders in our community. So with that background, this has been going on for about 3 years. I did want to highlight just a few of our major accomplishments. As Lucy referenced earlier, one of our first accomplishments was hosting a full-day summit where we invited service providers, community leaders, law enforcement, educators, and Rotarians to really understand what was the issue in our community and what we could do about it. We had over 200 people attend, and I have to say that we had 200 people attend on a snowy Friday morning in February after a major snowstorm. So that was the passion that we're hearing on this call was evident even then. Part of our call to action is to create awareness, and the awareness begins at Rotary clubs. So the first year, our group spoke to, I believe we've, in the last 3 years, made presentations to over 100 clubs. And have also been asked to start speaking to other community organizations. Another key element of our initiative is that as we speak to clubs, we ask each club to identify a club champion and be that champion and liaison to their club to start projects. And I believe this says 25 clubs. I think there's probably even more that 25 clubs have launched or more have launched projects in their own community. And again, by themselves in partnership with other clubs and definitely within partnership from other organizations. We've convened, based on these champions and asking for more assistance, we convened our first Rotary Champion training. And we are in the process of scheduling our second training in this September, and we hope that will become an annual event. As Janet alluded to, we worked with Janet and CEL to create a logo and are still continuing to work on other brand images and really looking to see how we can standardize our materials and training and presentations and all of that. So we will be looking to CEL as a partner and others in helping that. And we launched a website, which was very exciting. And Larkin, if you can go to the next page, we can just see the landing page of the website. We're hoping to be able to use this and expand this to other communities as well. We're pretty excited. Just a side note, Larkin is just sending a chat to everyone, and thank you for reminding me, Larkin. I was going to announce that. If you have questions, we will have time for questions at the end, but please put them in the chat box, and Larkin will facilitate and kind of clear them and offer those questions. All right, next slide, Larkin, please. So with that backdrop, that background, we have established kind of an overall mission, focus, and purpose of this initiative is we're leveraging these things of what we established for the initiative in Minnesota. We believe that they are still relevant. And our mission is really to end human trafficking in the communities served by the districts that we have that will be represented in our club and our partners. As I said, as we were gathering, I really see the vision for this club being kind of that vision of a hub and spokes, in that this club will serve as a hub to develop standards, messaging, education, kind of focus, but then we will work with local districts as well as even pushing down into local clubs. Because as we all know, Rotary's really MO is that action happens at the club level. And so we want to leverage that, we want to take advantage of that, but we also appreciate that and value that. We have kind of 4 focus areas. One is awareness, increasing and really I think one of the hardest lessons I've learned in the last 3 years is how much just raising awareness and creating awareness in our own communities is still a problem. I still continue to be amazed when I go and speak to groups that the kind of the impression is, this isn't happening in my community, or is it really still a problem, or are you sure those numbers are real? And so really just creating awareness is a major initiative. Providing second area of focus is providing education to youth about the risks. And Heidi Nauman spoke a little bit about her organization. They have a great curriculum for kids for K through 12, and just helping understand, being able to educate kids that hopefully we can reduce the number of those vulnerable populations, and certainly in youth. Third focus is to create the options for our vulnerable populations, not just youth, so that they understand that they have choices other than becoming victims. And Andy Swanda and the work that he does at Treehouse, that organization, really offering an opportunity for youth in particular that understand that they're loved and valued and that they are worth something, and then creating a infrastructure around them, support system that some of these vulnerable populations don't have. And then fourth, and I think frankly this is going to be the most important and the longest to kind of tail, is reducing the demand. As we all know, human trafficking is the basic economic equation of supply and demand. So we have to, if we're really going to end it, we have to work on both sides of that economic equation. Reducing the demand is going to require that we change the culture. And I think, again, that's where Rotary is going to be so powerful, that with the respect that we have, that Rotary's name has around the world, that influencing that change and changing the culture. So I'm not going to read the purposes, but we do have a purpose which will be refined as part of our group. So where are we today? I heard somebody ask that early on. As of today, we officially have 27 charter members. The members represent 8 states, although I think Texas is like coming out the winner on that one. We have 4 other countries represented: Great Britain, Thailand, Australia, and even Kenya. And thank you, Mariana, for joining from Kenya. I'm so excited about our African connection. We have 18 women and 9 men. And I think, I don't remember who suggested it, but we have 12 of our new members are actually new to Rotary, completely new to Rotary. So really exciting as part of Mark Maloney's commentary around creating new formats to encourage people to join Rotary that may not have been interested in the past. Obviously, because of the geographic spread of our members, this will be an E-club, and it was designed as an E-club, which is sort of exciting that we were going to do this with or without COVID, but COVID has helped us encourage us on that. We will be meeting twice a month, and then next slide, Larkin, please. So our next steps are to host our first meeting. Our meeting will be, this is new to all of you new members, it will be next Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. I will be sending out a Zoom meeting invitation to all of you after this call. I had to get through today, and then we'll get on to our meetings. Our regular scheduled meetings will be the 2nd and the 4th Thursdays of each month, and we will be discussing whether we want to alternate times. We're gonna, I think, thanks to Siobhan, who is not able to join this call. She actually was from Australia, and she had a great spreadsheet sent to me about showing me the 14 different options of who could join at which hour of the day. And this seemed to be the sweet spot. So we'll start here and see how it goes. I will also be calling our first board meeting. We have lots to get done. I have lots of things in my head. I know some of the board members and others of you have been firing questions to me that are great questions, and I'm just trying to collate them and then start responding to them. Obviously, our first task as a club is to establish our clear 2021 goals, getting to know each other, understanding our strengths and what we can bring. And then within those goals, really establishing a strategic plan, and then developing our 2021 goals, and then also developing a 3-year plan. So with that, before I go, this club could not have happened with a lot of people, and a lot of groups and a lot of conversations. And I don't want to go without thanking a few of them. First of all, I want to thank Bob Halligan, who was the district governor when we started this initiative. As we joked at the beginning, Bob and I have slightly different stories about how this all happened, but without his leadership, without his support, and in continued encouragement, and his vision and willingness to bring in the other his successors as well as other districts, this would the Minnesota initiative would not have happened. I want to thank my home club, which I will be soon becoming an honorary member of, the Lake Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary Club, or as we like to call ourselves, the Excelsior Morning Club, who served as the sponsoring club for the initial initiative, and they've been a great support. I know there's several members of my club on this call, and I want to thank each of you representing this club. I also want to thank all of the clubs and the Rotary clubs and the champions who have helped to grow this initiative. Again, the success of this club could not have been built without the success of all of you. Again, I know I recognized many names in the chat box and as folks came up, so I know many of you are attending, and thank you. I also want to thank all of you charter members. This is a new and innovative club, but it's a bit of a risk, and so we're charting new territory, and I thank you for your willingness to walk this journey with me. I also want to thank Tom Gump as the advisor. He had introduced himself as the advisor to this club, but he has been a lifeline for me in the last few months, and every time I text him and say, I don't think I can do this, he says, oh, yes, you can, and pushes me back up. So, and just been there for me. So thank you, Tom, personally, and to all of you. As the comments have been coming through this entire meeting, seeing the passion, seeing the importance that we all believe in, just gives me, it excites me, it humbles me that I have been asked to serve for this group, and I'm excited to see where this is going to go. So thank you, all of you. I can open it up for questions, and Larkin, maybe there's a few that that might be, so go for it.
Yeah, so one of the big themes that we're seeing in all of these questions is how to join and be a partner. So if some of you were on earlier, Karen did note that you cannot be a member of 2 clubs. That is a Rotary International standard. So if you would like to become an official member, you do need to drop your current membership and join the Human Trafficking Club here. But Karen, how can people stay a part of their original home club and still partner with you and your club?
Great question. So short answer is, if you would like to join this club, and Larkin, maybe you want to go back to my contact information, email me, and then I will, whoops, there you go, the Gmail account. I will work with you and forward to Brenda, our membership chair, as well. We do have a new member form that we would ask you to complete. If you feel that you want to stay with your own club, and become a partner, also email me and just let me know. I have a growing list of emails for contacts for that too. And I really do believe as we form this club, I said this at the beginning, or have said a couple of times, it is really critical that we have people who are still passionate about this and staying with your own clubs, because as we grow this, we want to make that connection at the local level and support you if you are become that club champion or a district champion, even better. To push down towards all of the clubs within your district. And so we're here to help support by providing we've created a toolkit for Rotary clubs that we can send to you to say, here's what you can do at a club level, here's what you can do at a district level. But that's where the success of this is going to be. This club, we're only 27 people, and even if we grow to be only 100 people, we'll still only be 100 people. And if we're serious about this, we need the help, support, and action from local Rotary clubs. So I totally support and applaud those of you who would like to stay with your own club but want to be connected. The other reality is you can certainly be a perennial guest at our club. So even though you don't want to be can't be a member, you're certainly welcome to join any meeting at any time.
And then another common question is, how do people join in on your meetings? Where will that information be published for non-members?
Oh, I could answer the other one much easier than that one. So we will figure out how to make that club or the club Zoom meeting public. It may be that we use our Rotary Anti-Human Trafficking website, because that is a public facing website and it's probably easier to access, but we will figure out a way to let all of you know and make that more public. We will probably also post it on our host district website, which is Rotary District 5950. I'll make sure that I'll work with you, Larkin, and others to put that on, at least post it on there when we get that organized. So a couple of different venues, but great question.
Yes, and then I know another questions have been coming up about grant work, so I want to let everyone know that yes, e-clubs are eligible to apply for Rotary grants. You just need to be a Rotary club. So that is another exciting avenue of transitioning this from an initiative into an official club. It opens up the world to those Rotary grant funds. I know there are a lot more questions in the chat here, but we are nearing the end of our hour, so we will wrap it up. And I will make sure that all of your questions are answered. Karen, I believe we're going to send out this recording and kind of the summary of the chat to everyone that registered, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll make sure.
And I think we will also, I'm hoping to also put the recording on our district website so that other folks can see. I've had actually even a couple of emails today from folks who weren't able to join or had heard about it. So we'll want to figure out another public way of accessing that, but we can take that offline, Lark, and look at to your expertise. So as we close this, thank you again to all of you for joining this important event. It is exciting. I wish I didn't have to go back to work for my day job, but we will all go back to work. For those of you who are not familiar with Rotary, one of the things that in every Rotary meeting that is a global exercise, if you will, is that every meeting is either started with or ended with the Rotary four-way test. And so I would encourage all of you to join me. You're going to be on mute, but please join me in saying the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you all, and have a great rest of your day. And again, another tradition is we start the meeting and end the meeting with ringing of a Rotary bell. So this will be your virtual ringing of a bell. Thank you all.